So today I want to talk to you about something that I've been talking about in my office for a good while on the topic of communication. And it is this idea of how to understand your spouse better and how to be a better communicator. So all of us have our own, I call it internal dictionaries, right? All of us have a way that we define life, define meanings, define everything. You can be talking to someone using the same words, but you guys mean different things by the words that you're saying, but you don't know that because you're using the same words. So I had a client who came in and he said that his wife was lazy. And I said, well, what makes you say that she's lazy? And he told me that, she is always laying around. She doesn't clean up much. She doesn't do the things that she has agreed, to take care of around the home while he's out working. And no matter how often he, says something about it, things never really get better. And so I asked him, I said, so if you were to see a person who's depressed, what do they look like? And he thought for a minute, and then he said, well, I guess kind of like a lazy person. I said, right. And I said, if you saw someone who was unmotivated about life because they don't like where their life is right now and they're just kind of, down, what kind of behavior would you see out of them? And he said it would look, very similar to someone who's lazy. And I said, right. And I said, now we could probably come up with several other examples or meanings to the behavior that you're seeing, but you gave it the meaning of lazy. And because of the meaning that you gave it, you have to respond to it a certain way, right? And I was explaining to him, this is what we do a lot of times. The behavior that we see, we give it a meaning without finding out what the real meaning is. When your spouse says something that you don't like, instead of immediately getting upset or getting an attitude, why not find out what it is they actually mean? Because maybe they misspoke it, or maybe they said what they meant and it was, wrong or offensive, but the reason behind it is important to know as well. Now, in order to do that, you have to come from a place of love, right? Your mindset has to be one of love and understanding. Your goal as a great lover is to be focused on understanding your mate, but we spend so much time trying to be understood, right? I want everybody to understand me, and then I get defensive when you don't respond the way I want you to respond because you don't understand me. When love is not about you, love is about the person that you are loving. And so when your mate comes at you sideways, your love for them should make you say, I wonder what's going on with them to make them talk to me like that. Let me go check on them, as opposed to getting an attitude and storming out of the room or whatever the case. What I'm saying is this is how you get to the next level of being a great communicator / great lover. You want to understand them, because if you have a goodwill spouse, and what I mean by goodwill spouse is you don't have someone with an evil heart or evil intent. They're just an imperfect human. And in this moment, maybe they can't express themselves the way that would be received the best way. But your goal, your role is loving them. So love says, move that out the way. That was inappropriate. But what's going on with you? Too often we don't do that. We hear the words we don't like, or we see the behavior we don't like. We give it meaning, and then we respond on our meaning because of our internal dictionary. Here's the thing. Every single one of us have a different internal dictionary. That's why two people can look at an accident and give two different accounts of the exact same accident, because we all see things differently and things mean different things to us, right? I want to encourage you to stop reacting so fast to what you see and hear from your mate and work at understanding. That's where communication comes in, right? When they do something you don't like, don't automatically get upset and storm out the room, right? Find out, first of all, if what they said or what you saw, if it means what you think it means, okay? And then after that, try to understand them. Remember, you love them. You're not trying to love you. You're trying to love them in that moment. You're in a relationship with them. So try to understand them so that you guys can work it out. Because if you confront them, You find out what was behind their smart remark or whatever, and then you talk about it. Both of you can be in a better place. Maybe they'll apologize and say, you know what, I was feeling this, but I could have expressed it differently. And then you can say, I can understand that, and I appreciate your apology. I'll work on my part that caused that. And then they'll say, yeah, I'll work on my part too. Bam, it's all done. Attitude has been avoided, and we are closer because we handled that conflict in a way how conflict is supposed to be handled. See, the purpose of conflict is really to bring you closer, because you have conflict, you get through it. Now we're closer because we understand each other better. It's a matter of being a better communicator. Why? It's for your relationship. Don't think that it's their relationship. We're so quick to get mad at them because of what they did to you. But maybe there's a reason that you don't understand. And I'm not talking about giving people excuses for treating you bad. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is, don't take everything at face value. They rolled their eyes at you, but why? Maybe something is going on in their life that they need you to come see about. They're not perfect, just like you're not perfect. Give them some grace, work at understanding them, and become a better lover. If you have any questions, you can email me at counseling@abetterfamilynow.com. That's counseling@abetterfamilynow.com. And I'll put the address at the bottom so you can see it if you can't understand what I'm saying. Anyway, I hope you guys have a blessed day, and I will talk to you next time.